Hi vlog, today's the day we're heading off to Finland. We're starting off at the Fort Lauderdale airport and we're flying with Scandinavian Airlines. They always have the best plane food. Look at this. We have a short layover in Atlanta and then one in Copenhagen for a few hours before we get on the plane to Rovaniemi. After our flight, we were starving, so we stopped at this cute little French spot at the airport, and it's a little bit on the pricier side, but it was so delicious. At this point, we were exhausted from our flight, but we stopped by Santa Claus Village before heading to the Airbnb. This is the meeting point of everything in Rovaniemi. It's like the Central Park. It feels straight out of a Christmas movie. This place is so magical. Insane.
This is stunning. I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm here. Look, babe, when you pass this right there, you pass the Arctic Circle. Go ahead. Oh, look. And this is the temperature. We passed the Arctic Circle! Give me a kiss, babe, in the Arctic Circle. I am so happy to be here. This place is magical. Oh my gosh.
We ended up booking an Airbnb in Kemijarvi, and this was about an hour and 5 away from Rovaniemi, so each morning and night we had somewhat of a drive, but it was so worth it. This cute little cottage is a historical village built in the 1930s as a village school, and it even survived World War II. So not only was it extremely affordable, but it has a lot of history, and we thought that was really cool. It specifically had a carbon monoxide alarm, which is very important to me when I'm looking for a place to stay on vacation. Shout out to Marjata, our host. She was such a sweetheart. We loved her so much. It's definitely more on the countryside, so at night it was so quiet that it was a bit eerie, and we're from Miami, so we're so used to the city noises. But overall, can't recommend this Airbnb enough. Remember how I said it was creepy at night? Yeah, this room didn't help. But this is where Jacko and I went to shower every night. You had to walk downstairs from your room. I had Jacko come with me every single night. I was so scared.
So what we have planned for today is ice karting in the morning, and I'm so excited. It reminds me of Mario Kart in real life. I love Mario Kart, so this is like a dream come true for me. And then after that, we're gonna check out the ice hotel, and we're gonna have dinner there as well. So see you guys. Look how dark it is outside, you guys. They only have a few hours of sunlight here, and not gonna lie, it's a little bit depressing, but still very beautiful.
If you're planning on renting a car while you're here, make sure to keep in mind that the roads are incredibly slippery and really dark when the sun isn't out. After a day or two, you get used to it though. Ice karting was honestly such a bucket list experience. We did around 4 laps for 10 minutes, but by the 3rd round we were ready to get off and defrost. But it's definitely something you have to experience for yourself. We still had some time until the ice hotel, so we stopped at the mall, and you guys, Jacko and I are obsessed with Squid Game, so as soon as I saw this, I lost it. I have never seen this many options in my life. They got mochi here.
Oh my god, they have all the flavors.
You want to take some mochi?
Which flavor do you want?
I kind of want cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream. Cookies. I think I want either mango or strawberry.
We had a few snacks and we relaxed for a bit before heading to the ice hotel, and later that evening we were going to have a full course meal there. We were really excited as well because they have an ice bar there and they serve you shots in this little shot glass made of ice. Everything in this hotel is made with real ice, handcrafted by local artists, and you can actually stay here overnight, so it's a real hotel. Oh, this is cool. Hello! This is so cool.
The lid slip.
Wow. Oh yeah, very sexy. Damn, he's kind of sexy. Don't grab the horse's balls, babe. Whoa, this is really cool. We still had about an hour to kill before our dinner reservation, so we went to the back of the hotel and it was like stepping into a mini winter wonderland. In Finland, they really love their reindeer, which is unfortunate because reindeer was on the menu that night and Jocko was gonna have that as his meal. Here you can see him admiring the cute little reindeer to then eat his brother. We stumbled across a hidden gem all the way at the back of the hotel, and we noticed they had snow tubes with a little hill to launch yourself off of. The sun was setting in that moment. It was perfect and a core memory for sure. In Finland, they always have something fun to do outdoors, and honestly, I love that. We had some hot chocolate to warm up, and then it was finally time for dinner. Now, this was going to be a full dining experience, so we started off with drinks. We ended up going with Prosecco, and then they started us off with our appetizer, which was a warm soup and fresh bread. It was so good. For our main course, I went with the Arctic salmon, and Jocko went with the reindeer, of course. But the star of the show was the cheesecake dessert. The presentation was 10 out of 10. To wrap up the night, we made the most of some free gear our Airbnb host left for us, and it did not disappoint. One of them was this little sled chair situation where one person sits in front and the other pushes from behind. In Finland, this is the equivalent of riding a bicycle down the street, and this unlocks something in my inner child that I will never forget. It was honestly the perfect way to end the night.
So today I f***ed up and I got so excited from the day that we had yesterday. I went to sleep at 3 a.m. and we overslept. We missed our first activity of the day, which was reindeer sleigh riding. We ended up booking another one and we couldn't get a refund on the first one. We ended up booking another one. Just hoping for the best with this one. I'm trying to stay positive, but we'll see how that one goes. And then later we have snowmobiling.
When we finally arrived at the Apukka Resort, they changed us into warmer gear because that Arctic wind, don't play. We kicked things off with a scenic nature walk. We had gorgeous views in every single corner, and I just stayed in the back taking videos of everything, taking it all in, and I just couldn't believe that this is my life. Then we made it to the reindeer sleigh, and they sat us all the way in the back, which ended up working out perfectly because it was the best spot to view the whole sleigh. Our reindeer's name was Leahu, and we just got to stare at his cute little butt the whole time. The ride itself was slow and peaceful, so if you want something faster, I'd probably say to go husky sleigh riding instead. But for me, going through a snowy forest with the reindeer, it just felt more magical and like a Christmas movie. After the sleigh ride was done, we made our way into this little wooden hut, which in Finland is their version of a cozy pit stop for when you've been in the cold for too long. These huts are super common out here and usually have a fire in the middle to warm you up. They fed us cookies and hot berry juice, which is super popular in Finland, and in my opinion, the best part of the whole trip. Jacko and I fell in love with the hot berry juice. Then we got to feed the reindeer, and it was sweet, but a little sad because they're afraid of you at first since it's common here to eat them, and they don't know if they can trust you or not. He likes me! Oh, hello! Here you go. It's good, right? Likes me better. You're too cute. Now it was time to say bye to all the reindeer in the reindeer farm. This whole experience was magical and we were taking it all in before our next adventure. This one in particular looks like a sheep because he didn't have his antlers. It was -5 degrees Celsius. We were absolutely freezing, but we were so excited to go snowmobiling next. Out of everything we did in Finland, snowmobiling was our favorite. We booked it through Polarmax Adventures, and our guide Thomas was incredible. You can tell this wasn't just a job for him, but a lifestyle. The whole experience lasted about 4 to 5 hours, and we drove through the forest surrounded by beautiful frozen trees. Thomas checked in with us throughout the whole ride to make sure we were doing good, and honestly, we really appreciated that. We made our way to this cozy tiki hut that he built himself with the owner of the business, and honestly, at this point, what can't this man do? He was amazing. We roasted sausages and drank hot berry juice while we shared stories about our life, and we just waited under the stars hoping to catch a glimpse of the northern lights, but unfortunately it was too cloudy. So even though we didn't see the lights this night, this was the kind of adventure that you never forget. It was our final day in Finland, and the reality that we were leaving the next day was seriously hitting, but we had so many exciting things for today. So first, this morning we were going deep in the mountains because we were going to go ice floating, and they were going to put these full thermal rescue suits on us. After that, we were going to have a Northern Lights tour, which was a lot of pressure because it was all or nothing this day. If we didn't see them today, we weren't going to see them at least until our next trip. So it was a lot of pressure, but I was staying hopeful. The vibes were immaculate. We were deep in the mountains. Our guide had Viking music playing in the background. It sounded like we were about to start a Nordic quest. We were freezing, but we knew that this experience was going to be one of a kind. It's like I'm constantly smoking a joint.
We're up in elevation by a lot, babe, so it makes sense that like it's cold as shit.
Our guide started helping us into our thermal suits. They were so hard to get on, as you can see, but we couldn't stop laughing because we looked absolutely ridiculous, almost like off-brand Squid Games guards.
Let's go.
Oh my god.
Dude, this hurts my back.
Oh my god. This was definitely one of the more unique activities on our list, and it was hilariously unforgettable. The family across from us kept laughing at us because we did look absolutely ridiculous, but once we stopped laughing at ourselves, it got kind of relaxing, especially with the music playing in the back. It's crazy to think about how some Finnish people do this naked. Yeah, this is their cold plunge. When we finished, we warmed up by, you guessed it, drinking hot berry juice and eating cookies, our new tradition. We made a quick stop at Osaka, this sushi buffet that honestly had more options than I knew what to do with. I saw rolls that I've never even seen before. Still to this day, the best sushi buffet I've ever been to. And still, I couldn't fully enjoy it because in the back of my mind, I was spiraling. Our Northern Lights tour was supposed to be later that night and the guide completely ghosted us. No messages, no updates, nothing. And it was getting really close to the time that we were supposed to leave. So I started thinking that we got scammed and I was like, oh my gosh, what if we came to Finland and I won't get to see the Northern Lights? And it was our last chance. So I was trying to eat my sushi but crying on the inside. I'm so sad that today is our last day. This place is magical, you guys. But right now we are waiting for our last activity, and in my opinion the most important activity of all of them. We have a Northern Lights tour. Earlier I was freaking out because I thought they were going to cancel on us or that they had scammed us because they hadn't messaged us to confirm anything, and we were calling, we were sending them messages and we weren't getting any answers, and I really thought that I wasn't gonna have a chance, but they're gonna pick us up at Santa Claus Village in a little bit and I'm so excited to see the lights. We're kind of going on a 7-hour hunt for them because it's something that happens naturally. It's not something you could just go and see, so we have to go to all the areas to have the best possibility of finding them. So I'm really excited to go aurora hunting and I'll see you guys there. Okay, story time while we admire the Northern Lights. So this activity was the one I was the most excited for. And don't get me wrong, we did see them, but I'm gonna be real with you. In person, the lights just didn't look as vibrant or magical as what you see in those Instagram reels and Pinterest boards. It was more of like a soft glow in the sky than a full-on light show. Apparently that only happens like once a month. It's very rare for you to see them that vibrant. But thank God our guide had a professional camera, because if you tried to capture it on your phone, girl, you were gonna be disappointed. So the lights were starting to come out and get a little more intense, but the cold was so intense that we had to run back to the van and warm up because it felt like we were getting frostbite. A couple minutes later, boom, everyone and their mother gets in that van and the guide just drives off to a new location without a warning. So I feel like we didn't have the real Northern Lights experience. Props to the guide because it felt like he hunted those lights to the end of the earth. But by the end of it, the magic had worn off. It was a 7+ hour tour. We were all frozen. We had to pee. And the thing is, it was all forest. So I couldn't just tell him, hey, pull over so I can pee in front of all these people. You know what I mean? And at no time did he ask if anybody needed to pee, if anyone was hungry, anything like that. So by the end of it, you can tell in everyone's face we were all over it and just ready to go home. So funny enough, the one I was the most excited for actually ended up being my least favorite activity, but we did get some really beautiful pictures out of it. If you get anything out of this vlog, let it be to eat at the Shell gas station right in front of the Santa Claus Village. This was the highlight of our entire trip. Jacko and I ate there almost every single day. They were 24 hours and the food was just amazing. And just like that, our Arctic adventure comes to an end. Finland's people and culture was truly one of a kind and unforgettable. I will be including a free itinerary in the description for your future Finland trip inspo. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know your favorite part of the vlog in the comments. Till next time, my angels.